Resize opens a dialog that displays your current canvas size. We can use this panel to enlarge or reduce the size and resolution of the composition. The top section shows the file size of the canvas in megabytes, along with the pixel dimensions. You may recognize the controls in the bottom half from the new canvas dialog. You can change the width, height, and resolution of the canvas, and change the unit of measurement from pixels to inches and so on. But this menu also includes an option to enlarge or reduce based on a percentage. There is also an option to maintain the original pixel size, but we will come back to this shortly. Above that is New Size, which is an estimate of the approximate file size after you make the changes. If you plan to print your artwork, it's very important to ensure that your print dimensions match your intended print size. Standard print and frame sizes are often measured in inches. So let's change the unit of measurement to inches. The resolution defines the amount of detail per inch in your image. If you're posting mostly to the web, then the pixel dimensions are what's most important. Let's try reducing this composition to make it smaller. Instead of a 10 by 10 inch print, let's say we want it to be 5 by 5 inches. First, I'll change the width to 5 inches. As soon as I do that, it's going to automatically adjust the height to 5 as well, because Resize maintains the aspect ratio of the composition. Aspect ratio refers to the ratio of the width and height of the image. A square image like this is a 1-to-1 ratio, which means that it is as tall as it is wide. If I were to double the length of this canvas, then I'd have a 2-to-1 ratio, which is twice as long as it is tall. I'll leave the resolution at 300, I'll change the dimensions back to 10 inches, and let's make a note of what the pixel dimensions are currently. At present, my image is 10 by 10 inches, with 300 pixels of detail per inch. So 300 pixels multiplied by 10 inches is 3000 pixels. I'll change the dimensions back to 5 inches. I'll leave resolution at 300, and then I'll click on OK to apply the resizing. That shrinks the image down to a 5 by 5 print with 300 pixels per inch of detail. If we go to Canvas, Resize, we can verify that that change has been applied. When I resized the image, I discarded 5 inches of detail with 300 pixels per inch, or 1500 pixels in total. You can see this reflected in the pixel dimensions, which have been halved to 1500 by 1500. So when I resized this way, I made the image smaller, but I also threw away detail that could have been preserved using Maintain Original Pixel Size. I'll undo that resizing, and let's go ahead and check Maintain Original Pixel Size this time. Let's say we want this print to be 5 by 5 inches again. As before, when I choose the width, the height also changes. But this time, the resolution has also been changed automatically from 300 to 600 pixels per inch. Those pixels that we threw away in the previous example will be reallocated to the image rather than discarded. So while this image will print at 5 by 5 inches, the amount of detail in the image will be greater than if I had not applied Maintain Original Pixel Size. Let's apply the resizing, and then return to the Resize dialog. You can see the updated pixel dimensions have not changed and are still 3000 by 3000, despite the width and height being reduced in half. Let's revert and try another example where we enlarge the composition. I'll go to Resize and check Maintain Original Pixel Size. Then I will change the width to 20 inches, the height automatically changes to 20, and the resolution updates to 150. Because I have doubled the width and height in inches, the resolution is halved. Whether or not you should use Maintain Original Pixel Size depends on a couple of factors. The first is the resolution limit of your printer. If your printer or printing service tops out at 300 pixels per inch of resolution, you're going to be discarding detail no matter whether you choose Maintain Original Pixel Size or not. The second factor is the size of the print. Large prints are typically lower in resolution because they will be viewed from farther away. Smaller prints will likely be viewed from closer, so it would be better to choose a higher resolution for those. Using Maintain Original Pixel Size will automatically make your reductions crisper by not discarding any pixels. You want to avoid discarding any detail because it will make fine lines and details become jagged. Furthermore, your enlargements will have the resolution adjusted automatically without adding any artificial detail, because that can also degrade the image quality by making details blurry. There may also be occasions when you want to resize your artwork to fit an alternate aspect ratio. The artwork in my canvas size template is 10 by 10 inches, but what if I want it to be 8 by 10 instead? If I use Resize to make it 8 inches tall, the problem is that the width will also change to 8 inches. In order to alter the aspect ratio, I need to cancel out of Resize and then create a new composition. I'll set this canvas to the exact print size that I want, 8 by 10 inches at 300 pixels per inch. I'll click on OK, and now we have a canvas that's the correct aspect ratio. I'll close the canvas size template and choose File, Place. I'll choose the original 10 by 10 canvas size template and place that onto a new canvas at 100%. In this case, the artwork fills the canvas, but I'll need to drag it into place. Zooming in and using the arrow keys with the layer adjuster to nudge the image can help to place it exactly in the center. Depending on the image, you may need to resize the artwork to fit the new canvas dimensions. You can crop the image or squash it to fit. Landscapes are generally acceptable to squash or stretch, so long as there aren't any objects in the scene that would be distorted to the detriment of the image. In this case, either option would work well for this image. It just comes down to preference. I'll go ahead and squish the image to fit it on my canvas by dragging the handles until the artwork fills to the edges. I'll want to save this as a copy so that I have the original square version and this 8 by 10 version of the artwork. In order to differentiate this file from the original, I'll just add 8 by 10 to the file name. As I mentioned earlier in this lesson, reduction is fine, but you will want to avoid enlarging the artwork to fit a larger canvas because it can degrade the quality of the image. Let's make a new canvas that is 14 inches tall by 10 inches wide at 300 pixels per inch. I'll place the original canvas size artwork and center it on the canvas. I can either stretch the artwork to fill the canvas, which looks a little too distorted for my taste. I'll undo. Or I can use Free Transform while holding Shift on my keyboard to constrain the aspect ratio of the image while scaling it. If I hold Alt plus Shift, I can also scale the artwork from the center. If you don't mind a little bit of the artwork spilling over the edge of the canvas, that's a good way to make sure you are filling all the way to the edge. Now, from a distance, it doesn't look like enlargement has hurt this image. But if you zoom in, you can see that the details have become blurry and blocky. That's because Painter can't add detail that is not there. It can only multiply the pixels that already exist. There is an exception to enlarging small artwork, and that is to use a third-party application like Adobe's Super Resolution. This feature utilizes artificial intelligence to add in the missing details while enlarging your image 4 times. You can actually get some decent results by starting with a low-resolution canvas and gradually scaling it up with super resolution. Just be aware that any blurriness or artifacting as a result of enlargement may clash with any new paint that you put on the canvas. So while a little enlargement might be acceptable, too much could diminish the visual quality of your artwork.